Min always figured he was just normal, nothing special, nothing broken. He'd go to work, come home, scroll on his phone, watch a couple videos, then call it a night. No pressure, no big problems. No sparks, just a steady loop of fine. People around him called it stability. Min called it comfortable. And, to be fair, it was too comfortable. Maybe. What he didn't realize was that his brain wasn't resting in that comfort. It was slowly powering down. Like a computer nobody bothered to use anymore. One morning, in a team meeting, his boss tossed out a basic question. Not a trick, not a curveball, and Min just froze, completely blank. The answer was sitting right there in his head, but it was like someone unplugged the signal. A couple long seconds passed, and he laughed it off. But the moment stuck with him. That night, like usual, he was zoning out in front of YouTube when a random video dropped a line that hit him harder than he expected. When you stop challenging your brain, it doesn't stay the same, it starts dying quietly. He paused the video without even thinking. Something about those words cracked through the fog. All of a sudden, his mind pulled up old memories he didn't even realize he'd shelved. How he used to learn new languages just for fun. How he actually read books and wrote his thoughts down. How he'd stay up late debating ideas that didn't have easy answers. And now he spent 5 or 6 hours a day staring at screens, soaking up content like a sponge, and producing absolutely nothing. It wasn't age catching up to him. His mind had just curled up and gone to sleep. The next morning, before his thumb could autopilot its way to his phone, he stopped himself and did something small, almost silly. He brushed his teeth with the wrong hand. It felt ridiculous, like trying to write with a stick tied to your elbow. But weirdly, his brain lit up a little, like someone flipped on a dusty light switch. At lunch, instead of scrolling through nothing, he dug up an old idea he'd abandoned years ago, just to see if it still made sense.
That night, instead of binging whatever show the algorithm recommended, he pulled up a simple logic puzzle and messed around with it. He wasn't trying to improve himself, he was just curious again. Within a few days, he noticed things shifting. His head didn't feel as murky when someone asked him something. He didn't lag behind. He stopped ducking out of harder conversations. It was like his brain had been asleep on the couch for years and was finally stretching its legs. Then came the moment that really proved something was changing. A problem popped up at work that stalled the whole team. Usually, Min would sit there quietly, waiting for the smart people to take over. But this time, before he could second-guess himself, he spoke up. The idea he offered wasn't flashy or perfect, but it actually made sense. They tried it, and it worked. One of his coworkers turned to him, half laughing, and said, "Dude, where did that come from? You're usually silent." Min didn't brag. He didn't make a joke. He just smiled to himself because he knew exactly where it came from. What finally clicked for him was simple, but sharp. The brain doesn't fade because you get older. It fades because you stop using it. Comfort, autopilot, repetition, those were the real culprits. People don't lose intelligence, they just retire it early. He wrote himself a note on a scrap of paper and stuck it on his desk where he'd see it every day. Do one thing that makes your brain uncomfortable, not 5 things, not a life overhaul, just one, and that tiny decision It didn't just tweak his routine, it woke something up. The truth he landed on is one most people don't want to admit. Your brain doesn't wear out from time, it withers from neglect. Growth doesn't show up when everything feels easy, it slips in through the little moments of friction, and change rarely kicks off with some dramatic life event. Most of the time, it starts when a person makes one small, almost invisible choice and actually sticks with it.